Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
Olympiacos fans on their feet. Olympiacos etched the win at home in game one.
Monaco goes home with a win.
Olympiacos can celebrate a Game 3 win.
Monaco will win here on the French Riviera. Monaco forced a Game 5.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the port city of Piraeus, where you join us at the Peace and Friendship Stadium, the home venue of Olympiacos Piraeus, who tonight welcome AS Monaco in what has to be the final installment, a Game 5 in a best-of-5 series that is currently deadlocked. 2 games apiece, and my goodness, what a back-and-forth series it has been so far. Despite not shooting the basketball well, AS Monaco coming away with a thrilling victory on home court, prevailing by 1 in Game 4. Let's hear from Sasa Bradovic, who's got a game plan to try and slow down Slukas.
These last 4 games was Slukas. We partly found a way to stop him, but actually he was a factor, of their game. Okay, this is the one thing, to control their fast break, controlling the rebounding. This is one of the keys, to win the game.
So that man knows what it takes to lift a EuroLeague trophy, and he will no doubt be an inspirational figure for Olympiacos Piraeus. What a wonderful opportunity for them. The 3-time EuroLeague champion seeking a return to the Final Four, and what better place to play an all-or-nothing, do-or-die Game 5 than in a capacity-filled, raucous Peace and Friendship Stadium. Coach Bart Zokas looking to ride that energy.
The Game 5 in the playoff, the ticket for the Belgrade for the Final Four, so it's really excited all the team to play these kind of games. It means a lot to us.
Well, this is what players live for. It is an all-or-nothing affair here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. A best-of-5 playoff series deadlocked at 2 games apiece. And we're on the home floor of Olympiacos Piraeus as they welcome AS Monaco, the victor, going through to the Final Four in Belgrade later this month. Well, just look at those numbers in the left-hand side. These two sides have faced off 6 times before in the modern era of the EuroLeague. And just as the playoff series is deadlocked at 2 games apiece, their overall series is deadlocked at 3 wins apiece. And that is why the fans have shown out in force in a bid to encourage their team. This, the last remaining ticket for the Final Four in Belgrade. Real Madrid, the first to secure their spot with a 3-0 clean sweep. They were joined by their El Clasico rivals in a Game 5 victory, Barcelona edging out FC Bayern Munich despite trailing at the half. It is Barcelona who progress on a 3-2 series win over FC Bayern Munich. Andrea Trinchieri and his men battling valiantly, but edged by the team that had home court advantage. Will Coach Bart Zokas be able to emulate that accomplishment tonight by making home court advantage count? Series currently deadlocked at 2 games apiece. Madrid progressing on a clean sweep. Anadolu Efes Istanbul edging out AX Armani Exchange Milan 3-1. Well, it's been a back and forth encounter so far. Olympiacos taking Game 1, Monaco taking Game 2. Olympiacos responding magnificently at the Salle Gaston Médecin to take Game 3 before Monaco prevailing on a 1-point win, 78-77, to force this Game 5 here. So here then, a look at the statistics between the two sides. The leading scoring team in the competition, AS Monaco, with 84 points per game, shooting the lights out at 37% from downtown. Better on the boards overall and outstanding on the offensive boards. And teams are pretty closely ranked in terms of performance index rating as well, and they possess formidable shot blockers protecting the paint in Dante Hall and Mustafa Fall respectively. So Paris Lee, part of this crew in their first season in the EuroLeague that have performed so well. As we take a look at the key players, first of all, for the visiting team, Mike James, just 1 of 10 from downtown last time out, but look at those averages in the playoffs. Facilitating well, a 4-point assist, 8 assists per game, but would you bet against him in an all-or-nothing affair? In stark contrast, Will Thomas was outstanding in that 1-point win, 16 points, including 2 of 2 from downtown, 5 of 6 from 2-point territory, and he, a crucial component in willing his team to victory. He's been outstanding all playoffs long, using his intelligence, his experience, his basketball IQ to come up with big plays at crucial moments. In that game 4, his first three-pointer early in the third started a 13-3 run. That saw his team come from 11 down to down by just 1. And Kostas Lukas, well, look at his averages. Ridiculous shooting percentages from 2- and 3-point territory, 3.5 assists per game, and almost perfect from the free throw line. In his 28 minutes on court, piloting his club magnificently, and Sasha Obradovic drawing up game plans to try and slow him down. Solid shooting from 3-point territory, outstanding shooting from 2 for Sasha Vezenkov, who's continuing to do an outstanding job on the boards. 9th in terms of rebounding, his numbers going up in the playoffs, the sign of a quality big-time operator indeed. And how about this on the wing? Dwayne Bacon has posted a career best points total during this playoff series when he went off for 23 points in playoff game 3, had 21 points in playoff game 4. He is a walking bucket. Kostas Lukas with all of his experience, Kostas Papanikolaou with all of his experience, edging ever closer to 300 three-pointers in his EuroLeague career. As we take a look at the lineup, first of all for the visitors. Dante Hall and Mike James, a formidable 1-2 punch. Toss it up above the rim and have Dante Hall go and collect it. Hassan Martin has suited up and warmed up for his club, but he hasn't featured in games 1 to 4 to this point. The Olympiacos number 12. And in addition to all of the stats and the numbers, one suggests that the quality that's going to be most important tonight is that word going across the jumbotron there, fight. Who will be able to demonstrate the resilience to deal with adversity when things aren't going well, as is bound to be the case at some point in a game between two such evenly matched teams. Will the visiting team be able to deal with this hostile environment? Because, my goodness, it is a very difficult place to play when it is filled to the rafters. And that is certainly the case tonight. Pulsating atmosphere here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium as Olympiacos Piraeus bid to return to the Final Four. AS Monaco, history not on their side, because FC Barcelona, with that victory over Bayern Munich yesterday, made it 14-0 for home teams since the playoff format was introduced. So will AS Monaco be able to overturn history just as they have done all season long? EuroLeague playoffs moving to a 5-game playoff series in 2009, and every time we've had a game 5, the home team has prevailed. Not just prevailed, they've done so by an average of 12 points in the 14-0 record that the home team in Game 5 have amassed so far. But records are there to be broken, and the crew of AS Monaco will fancy themselves to take that one down. It is in their sights as Thomas Walkup leads out the home fans. And again, what a terrific environment in which to play. If you're the home team, you want to ride this momentum. If you're the visiting team, you want to silence the crowd as quickly as possible. Because in addition to having the benefit of home support, that means when you're at home, you're going to be getting called up for tickets. Your boy's going to be calling you up. Hey, we go way back. How about you get me a few tickets for the game? All of the distractions that come with being on home court, the visiting team don't have to deal with any of that. They can focus and lock in and bid to silence this crowd, take them out of the game. All of these players, custed athletes at their core, custed competitors. And they will be relishing the opportunity that presents itself here tonight. Olympiacos looking to take advantage of home court. AS Monaco looking to wrestle it away from them. Well, these two teams know one another very well indeed. Over the course of the past few weeks in this playoff series, they're locking horns once again. Pennants and handshakes have been exchanged at mid-court as we take a look at the head-to-head record between these two outstanding coaches. And unsurprisingly, it is deadlocked. 2 wins apiece in their meeting of head coaches in the EuroLeague. Sasha Obradovic in his first trip to the postseason. Coach Bartzokas, of course, has been all the way. The last time Olympiacos lifted the EuroLeague trophy, he was the chief sideline strategist, the head coach of their triumph in 2013. So that is the matchup that we are edging ever closer to here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. An arena that is filled to capacity. It's dubbed the Peace and Friendship Stadium, but make no mistake, the home fans will be looking to make this a hostile environment tonight and make life as uncomfortable as possible for AS Monaco, who took the second game of the first 2 of this series by snatching a win here in Piraeus in game number 2. That is something they'll be looking to repeat. Each player going through their pre-game routine as we take a look at the starting 5s. That'll be on the floor for the opening tip. Leo Westerman and Yakubu Ouattara, along with Mike James, making it a 3-guard backcourt for the visiting team. Will Thomas and Donatas Martigunes, a 2-man front line. As for the home team, they come onto the floor with a 2-guard backcourt of Thomas Walkup and Tyler Dorsey, Sasha Vezenkov, Kostas Papanikolaou in the forward positions, Mustafa Fall, the man in the middle. And what an intriguing matchup it is between he and Donatas Martigunes. So a reminder that if you head to the website www.f4tickets.com, you will find out all the information that you need as to how to go about securing tickets and packages for the Final Four in Belgrade. Luigi LaMonaca, the crew chief of the officials who will take charge of tonight's game. And of course, how they call the game is going to be crucial. How the teams respond to the manner in which the game is being called is going to be crucial as well. Foul trouble will want to be avoided. How much contact will the referees permit? All of these factors are going to have to be figured out pretty quickly as the players step forward in preparation to receive the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague anthem. Well, the decibel level continuing to be dialed up here in Piraeus. The Peace and Friendship Stadium positively rocking as we prepare for the opening tip in this do-or-die encounter in Game 5 of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague playoffs. The winner goes on, the loser goes home. Such are the stakes in this Game 5 after these two teams have played one another to an absolute standstill. In all probability, they're sick of the sight of one another. but they have to do it again one more time to determine who will go through to Belgrade and this year's Final Four to join Real Madrid, Barcelona and Anadolu Efes Istanbul and remain in contention for the greatest prize in European club basketball. The Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, one of these two teams will remain in contention to hoist it aloft in May. So it's Donatas Motiejunas and Mustafa Fall bestriding the half-court line, and the opening tip is controlled by the home team. 4 10-minute quarters of playoff basketball to come. It is the deciding fixture between Olympiacos Piraeus and AS Monaco. Strap yourselves in, because this one could be rather turbulent. It's Kostas Papanikolaou driving, terrific foot movement by Leo Westerman to stay with his man, but he didn't move them quickly enough, and he's called for the first foul of the game. So it's an immediate trip to the free throw line for Kostas Papanikolaou, judged to have been in the act of shooting. Papanikolaou 70% from the free throw line this season. And he can play a bit, can't he? Two-time NBA champion, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, who said that he wants to play overseas once his time in the NBA comes to a close. No doubt here supporting his close friend Mike James, who was at the Salle Gaston Médecin courtside. Here he's up in the executive boxes. And having played in international competition, he'll be familiar with this type of atmosphere as Mike James drives. Donatas Motiejunas gets it back to the perimeter. Aggressive D of the dynamic variety. Three-pointer is short from Mike James, who went 1 of 10 from downtown in playoff game 4. 4 of 8 from two-point territory and perfect from the free throw line, but he was stone cold from three-point territory. Player with that quality, you wouldn't expect him to be laying bricks to such an extent in 2 games in a row. Tyler Dorsey jumping to pass. Papanikolaou, top of the key, beautiful fake. Oh, that's outstanding give-and-go basketball. Kostas Papanikolaou with the handle off the step back, dumped it down low, kept his motion going forwards and received the offload to score Olympiacos' first 4 points of the game. Terrific ball movement by the home team. They lead by 4. Westerman rotates it to Yakubu Watara. They go inside, mismatch Motiejunas, layup drill. Like shooting over a cone. Tyler Dorsey pinned on the block down low. Donatas Motiejunas with his first score of the game. Catching on the inside on the cut is Sasha Vezenkov. And Olympiacos very dynamic at both ends of the floor. They lead by 4 once again. AS Monaco rather flat-footed on that defensive sequence, which was very short because they were picked apart. Yakubu Watara catching as a shooter and connects from the corner. It's a 1-point game. Yakubu Watara 46% from downtown this campaign. Brings his team back to within 1. Foul on the inside, kicks to the corner. Kostas Papanikolaou off the back iron. What an offensive rebound by Mustafa Fall. Beautiful offload out of the low post. Ball is on the ground, hitting the deck to secure it is Donatas Motiejunas. And Motiejunas, as well as having scored the first field goal, getting down and dirty to bag that steal. Terrific work. Now he's in 3-point territory from where he can stroke it. It's off left. Yakubu Watara runs it down. It's a recycled 14 for the visiting team. Mike James just slowing things down, orchestrating the half-court offense. Tyler Dorsey defending, working in with the crossover. Step back, fake, pulls the trigger off the front iron. What an offensive rebound. Yakubu Watara calling for a foul, but he'll be disappointed he didn't make that stick back. He was up plenty high enough, up above the rim. And we've got a whistle on the play. Leo Westerman called for the foul, and if that is on Westerman, that's his second. And so no doubt Sasha Obradovic is going to have to pull him, and that's why. Wrapping up Vezenkov around the waist. There is Westerman having accrued 2 first quarter fouls, taking a seat on the bench. So Tyler Dorsey catching as a shooter off the back iron, ball still loose. ran down by Will Thomas. His first rebound of the game. So it's Walkup waiting for Mike James just outside the three-point line. Big screen set by Motiunas. Motiunas three-point territory, fakes the three, gets beneath the dots. He's pushed out of bounds. Last touch by Olympiacos. It will be AS Monaco basketball on the baseline. So end-line possession, 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Communication so important. So you see the eye contact between Ouattara and a teammate. Will Thomas in the short corner, showing patience, looking to back down. Vezenkov looking to get to his spot, going to have to pull the trigger, turns around, fades away, off the front iron, ball still loose. And Donatas Motiunas going to ground once again, but couldn't reel it in. So in the high post is Mustafa Fall. He kicks it out to Walkup, who sets up the half-court offense, driving on Motiunas, offloading to Papanikolaou, poked away, Papanikolaou recovers. And Mustafa Fall not able to finish on the inside. 70% from two-point territory puts him number 6 in the EuroLeague in terms of two-point accuracy. Couldn't convert that one as Motiunas, well, wide open. And Donatas Motiunas now 1 of 2 from three-point territory. AS Monaco with back-to-back three-pointers. They take their first lead of the game and go up by 2. Mike James facilitating his second assist of the night. Will Thomas for the reach. Vezenkov got there first. James sliding under the screen set by Fall. Tyler Dorsey aggressive, deflected by Dwayne Bacon, who touched it last, and it's off Kostas Papanikolaou. Terrific hustle in the passing lanes by AS Monaco, forcing that turnover from the hand of Tyler Dorsey. So it's Dwayne Bacon working against Kostas Papanikolaou, the marquee matchup that was highlighted before the opening tip. Motiunas puts the ball on the floor. He's used his dribble now, so Mike James relieves him of the rock. Will Thomas, shovel pass back to Mike James. Thomas Walkup with the hand check. Ambitious pass, what a catch! Patient offense, offensive rebound on Donatas Motiunas. Ball still loose, Sasha Vezenkov squeezes it, and a beautiful outlet pass to Tyler Dorsey on the run. He blows by Mike James, can't finish the layup, and Tyler Dorsey apoplectic. Incensed that he didn't get the call. Ouattara looking for his second 3 of the night. Short, offensive rebound Motiunas. And we've got a step out of bounds. Sasha Vezenkov acknowledging that is why the ball belongs to AS Monaco. Now, I'm not quite sure of Tyler Dorsey's complaint there, because Mike James did a good job avoiding contact. And Donatas Motiunas, who, remember, holds the most rebounds in a single game record by any active player when he pulled in 21 in December 2011. Has already got 2 offensive rebounds tonight. Dwayne Bacon in a corner, but what odds he'll get himself out of it. Yakuba Ouattara driving by Tyler Dorsey, initiates the contact. We've got football, and so it will be a recycled 14 when we emerge from the timeout. We are just beyond the midpoint of the first quarter. This game being played at terrific intensity. You'd expect nothing less given the stakes. It is Olympiacos Piraeus 6, AS Monaco 8. So www.f4tickets.com will have all of the news, updates and information as to what's required to secure your tickets for the Final Four playoffs in Belgrade at the Stark Arena. So Yorios Printezis just keeping himself warm. His longtime partner, Vasilis Vanoulis, only watching on from the sidelines. I realize and appreciate that things move on, but I'm sure that that man could give any team in the EuroLeague 10 minutes a night, put him on at crunch time and watch him work the strings from the point guard position. in the stands watching on here, no doubt living every possession. Fadeaway J attempted by Dwayne Bacon. Will Thomas runs down the offensive rebound. Recycled 14 once again. 3 rebounds in the game already as Mike James looks to get himself going. Clangs it off the back iron. Mike James, after going 1 of 10 in playoff game 4, has started 0 of 3 from downtown here in game 5. Has dished out 2 assists though, but he remains scoreless, having laid bricks from the perimeter so far. Walkup working the dribble. Watera switches out on him. Flat pass to Bezenkov. Lets it go from 3. Front rim on the shot. Watera makes sure that it's AS Monaco basketball. Dwayne Bacon looking to back down Thomas Walkup from the wing. Crosses him up, goes baseline. Jumps to pass. Watera, extra pass to Montiunas. Mike James with an eternity. Didn't take the shot, cuts to the bucket and gets it to go. An 8-0 run for AS Monaco sees them up by 4. Back-to-back 3-pointers from Yakuba Watera, Donatas Montiunas, and now a take to the hole by Mike James. Makes it AS Monaco 10, Olympiacos 6. Neither team shooting the ball very efficiently. But AS Monaco, crucially, putting the ball in the basket. And again, the fans continuing to make life uncomfortable and communication difficult for the visiting team. Will Thomas with the handle, now looking to back down Walkup. He's buffeted on the baseline, and he's frustrated because his attempted baseline pass went out of bounds and not to the hand of his intended receiver. Second turnover of the quarter committed. Excuse me, the first turnover of the quarter committed by AS Monaco. Walkup sees a seam, kicks to the corner. Kostas Papanikolaou drives, pushes off, hangs in the air, off right, and we've got a whistle on the play. Now, what's the call here? Is Donatas Montiunas called for wrapping up with Mustafa foul? Oh, dear me. Really? Oh, my goodness, I find that astounding. Because if that's what he was called for, then surely foul's left arm was wrapped around Donatas Montiunas. Perhaps a no call at best, and allowed the brotherhood of the union of big men to get on with it beneath the basket. So the 8-0 run posted by Monaco, broken by a 3-pointer from Thomas Walkup. There you see his numbers in the playoffs, and my goodness, what a time to deliver, because he's 26 from downtown on the season overall. But he has come on strong in the playoffs, has Thomas Walkup. 7 of 18 from downtown in the postseason coming into this game. Touché, says Paris Lee, to restore his team's 4-point lead. So Walkup finds a cutting Bezenkov, but he can't make the catch. He did a terrific job to retrieve the basketball and keep his feet in bounds. Slukas almost to the baseline. Double clutch 3-pointers off the back iron. Terrific D by AS Monaco, forcing the home team into a very difficult shot. So AS Monaco 3 of 8 from downtown, and we've got a whistle on the play. Now what's the call here? Well, stalled a little bit by Kostas Papanikolaou, but Dwayne Bacon, an experienced professional, has got to keep his head in check here, because that is a rather needless foul that he's given up. Sure, he wants to let Papanikolaou know that he's not to take liberties. But that is a foul right in the eye line of the officials. And from Papanikolaou's point of view, that might give him a signal that I can get into this guy's head and take him out of his game, so that he's focused on me rather than on the task at hand, which is trying to win game number 5. I'm sure that Dwayne Bacon will be aware of that, and his experienced teammates will just give him a shout and say, listen, we need you tonight. Keep your head in the game and don't worry about what he's doing. So the coaches challenge Sasa Obradovic. Because an offense, so let's take a look at the nature of the contact, right? It's clearly a shove from Dwayne Bacon. Forearm to the chest. I'm not sure it's going to get overturned. Regular foul. So just under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Olympiacos have led by as many as 4 on a couple of occasions. That's a nice catch by Walkup. Papanikolaou has lost his footing. Oh, and a foul called on Mike James as he went to snatch the basketball away from Papanikolaou after he lost his footing and was looking to offload it. Left leg giving way on his push-off. Easy call for the officials. So AS Monaco in the penalty. Remarkably, Olympiacos have yet to concede a foul. Find themselves trailing by 4. I'm sure Coach Bart Zokas wouldn't mind them giving up a few fouls to make scoring a little more difficult for the visiting team. Costa Papanikolaou, who scored Olympiacos' first 4 points to give them a 4-point lead before Monaco responded. Now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. So Papanikolaou remains perfect from 15 feet away. It's a 1-score game. Olympiacos Piraeus down by 2, having trailed by 4 on a couple of occasions. Less than 2 minutes to play. It's Paris Lee handling the rock at the point. Dwayne Bacon renews his duel with Papanikolaou, drives on him, step back J from the elbow is off the front iron, and that's how Dwayne Bacon plays. But was that the best shot to take? No doubt Dwayne Bacon going in search of his payback after picking up that foul as Lucas drives. What an offload, the layup blown by Kostas Papanikolaou, and then he couldn't reel it in. Kostas Lucas with terrific vision to hook up his teammate. You can see Papanikolaou acknowledging that is a shot that he really would back himself to make. So just over a minute remaining in the first quarter. Paris Lee has used his dribble. There's no motion on the Monaco offense, rather static. Mike James going one-on-one with Thomas Walkup. They find Will Thomas working the jab step against Sasha Vezenkov. Tough shot on the three-pointer once again, and Olympiacos with a terrific adjustment. Their D rendering Monaco's offense rather stagnant, and they don't have any activity. When they were snaring their offensive rebounds, it was because of plays like that. Getting active. Look at the speed from Dwayne Bacon. Slapped away against the backboard from Kostas Papanikolaou. And that brings the crowd to their feet here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. It's Sasha Vezenkov. Has used his dribble, looking for Mustafa Fall inside. Will Thomas defending, giving up the baseline if Mustafa Fall goes to the spin move. Clearing out with the elbow, ball comes loose, and it will be Olympiacos possession. Dante Hall into the game. Playing aggressively is Mustafa Fall. Will Thomas standing his ground. Dwayne Bacon having his shot rejected. The chase down block from Kostas Papanikolaou. Kostas Lucas pushing off. What hands from Paris Lee to back that steal. Dwayne Bacon gives it back to him on the sideline. So the shot clock has been turned off. Dwayne Bacon checking the game clock. We've got a whistle on the play. And again, the chippy nature of that matchup between the two elite wings continuing. They've been getting in one another's face. Now watch this. There's the offload, and the two of them just with a little bit of afters. And it will only have been intensified because of that terrific play. Kostas Papanikolaou hustling back, not giving up on the play. Swatting Dwayne Bacon's layup attempt, standing over him as well. And I wonder whether he had a word for his ear while they were in that entangled position against the backboard stanchion. So 5.1 seconds remain. On the floor for AS Monaco, a whole host of players who can light it up from long range, including this man, but he continues to be stone cold from the perimeter. The three-quarter court heave doesn't go. My goodness, a breathless first 10 minutes of play. And despite the score being incredibly low, the intensity is sky high after 10 minutes here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. It is Olympiacos Piraeus 11, AS Monaco 13. Well, some of the highlights from the first quarter. Beautiful offload out of the low post from Mustafa Fall to kind of find a cutting Kostas Papanikolaou, who scored Olympiacos' first 4 points of the game. The mismatch ruthlessly exploited by Donatas Motiejunas to get Monaco's first score of the game. And again, Olympiacos taking a 6-2 lead with their cuts. But then Yakubu Ouattara hit the first of back-to-back threes for Olympiacos, for AS Monaco, to bring them back to within one. A subsequent three put them up by 2, and they have not trailed since that point. Activity in the passing lane. This is where Dwayne Bacon got out on the break, but Kostas Papanikolaou said no. Slapped it against the backboard with the chase down block. And it's good to see that the graphics and the VT operators are including some of the defensive plays, because that is something that came to the fore, hence the rather low shooting percentages. AS Monaco not getting to the free throw line at all. Olympiacos Piraeus 4 of 4 from the stripe. Very tight on the boards, with a visiting team edging it by 1, 12-11. But what a half, excuse me, what a quarter this man had. Perfect shooting from the free throw line, from where he's 4 of 4, 1 of 4 from the field, including 1 of 3 from downtown. Kostas Papanikolaou, the outstanding performer of the first quarter. He leads all scorers with 6. Donatas Motiejunas has 5 for AS Monaco. So Danilo Andjusic into the game for the first time. He receives it from Paris Lee. Second quarter underway. It's AS Monaco who have possession. Andjusic working against Shaquille McKissick, who is also on the floor for the first time tonight. McKissick called for the foul. So it's Paris Lee looking to inbound. Mike James hasn't found his stroke offensively. So considering he was 1 of 2 in 1 of 10 from downtown in playoff game 4, makes it 1 of 13 now after going 0 of 3 from deep in the first quarter. Dwayne Bacon driving on Kostas Papanikolaou, pulls up, bucket, and the foul. And that is Dwayne Bacon's game. 1-on-1 from anywhere on the floor. A walking bucket, and his first one of the night sends him to the free throw line for an and-one opportunity. Terrific recognition. So tough offensively. So Kostas Papanikolaou called for his second foul, as Dwayne Bacon completes the three-point play. 80% free throw shooter for his career in this, his first EuroLeague campaign. And that gives his team their largest lead of the game. They're up by 5, having led by 4 on a couple of occasions in the first. McKissick open for 3, used his dribble, 1 and done. Kostas Lukas driving, and that's a traveling. Oh, I thought it was a travel, it's 3 seconds. Mustafa fouled too long in the lane. Coach Bart Zokas can't believe it. So for the first time this playoff series, Hassan Martin steps onto the court. Didn't feature in playoff games 1 to 4. Hassan Martin, 5.4 points and 3.2 rebounds. 62% from the field during this EuroLeague season. Dwayne Bacon will look to take on Laurent Zykis, drives on him, gets by him, goes high off the glass. Now, is this a continuation or out of bounds? Laurent Zykis called for his first. And we mentioned it was a matchup from the wings, and a player like Dwayne Bacon, a classic wing. Nothing on a basketball floor that he can't do. Back to the basket, face up, mid-range, long range, put the ball on the floor. Danilo Andjusic fakes the 3, goes to the one-legged floater, and a putback from Dante Hall. Not as spectacular as some of the rim rockers that we associate with him, but just as effective from Dante Hall. 77%, and you see his field goal average up to 83%, because all of his buckets come in and around that vicinity. His team lead by 7. Slapped away by Dante Hall to ensure that it's not a 3-point play opportunity. It's a trip to the free throw line for Shaquille McKissick. Here's Dante Hall. Need to put a body on that man. So looking to snap the 5-0 run is Shaquille McKissick. Gets the shooter's roll. 5-0 run to begin this second quarter. That's what gave Monaco the largest lead of the game at 11-17. Excuse me, 11-18 to go up by 7. So Shaquille McKissick, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 2-score affair here. His team down by 6. Down by 5 at 13-18. Piraeus Lee pulls the trigger and gets the roll. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't make, and anticipating the contact, Piraeus Lee able to pull the trigger and get the bucket to go. Watch this for body control. Taking the contact from Kostas Lukas and knowing where the basket is, the softest of touches. Sees Piraeus Lee move to 5 points in the game. Going to the stripe, looking to add 1 more. So the advantage, 7 points once again, equaling Monaco's largest lead of the game. As Piraeus Lee completes the 3-point play. He moves to 6 points on the night and has hit from every territory without missing, having made that his first free throw. His team with their largest lead of the game, 8 points the advantage. Slukas using the screen from Hassan Martin, drive and finish. And Hassan Martin, after just stepping onto the court a minute to go for his first appearance in the postseason, gets a bucket on the pick and roll and will go to the free throw line looking to complete the 3-point play. Terrific strength, driving through the avenue that existed between Dante Hall and Mike James. Crowd celebrating that bucket. Hassan Martin, 70% from the free throw line this season, equal to his career average. His confirmation of his 70% success rate from the stripe, and he completes the 3-point plays. Hassan Martin brings his team back to within 5. A pair of 3-point plays for Olympiacos. Seen them get their total up to 16, but Piraeus Lee is feeling it tonight. 2 of 2 from downtown now to lead all scorers with 9. His team are up by 8, equaling their largest lead of the game. Terrific hands from Dante Hall to bag that steal. Mike James pulling up in transition, and he is still struggling to find the range. Now 0 of 4 from 3-point territory. Slukas has it poked away from behind. Last touch by Olympiacos. It will be AS Monaco basketball. 3rd turnover of the game for Kostas Lukas. Coach Bart Zokas wants to talk it over and has booked a timeout. Terrific hands, and there's confirmation. That's an outstanding tip from Piraeus Lee, and he knew immediately. Timeout on the floor. It is Olympiacos Piraeus being outscored heavily here in the second quarter, trailing by 8, equaling their largest deficit of the game.
We play blue with everybody, this is what I said, eh? But Costa, put pressure on the ball and then we'll switch. Don't let him play like this, guys. Okay. We don't have foul to give, but we'll be aggressive.
Well, Piraeus Lee has had a terrific impact on this game. 2 out of 2 from downtown. A miraculous 2-point shot when he was fouled by Kostas Lukas. Went to the free throw line and made the 3-pointer. And then feeling good, pulling up from 3-point territory for his second trifecta of the night. He leads all scorers with 9 points in the game in just 6 minutes on the court, and has already bagged a steal as well. So the man handling the basketball, struggling offensively thus far. A player of that caliber just needs 1 bucket to fall and everything can change in a flash. Dwayne Bacon forcing it up, looking for the foul. The official's not interested. And now it's McKissick taking on Piraeus Lee, drawing the foul. And Dwayne Bacon still protesting his point. saying that he was fouled in the act of shooting. See, Dwayne Baker not fully engaged in the play here because he's still thinking about that play that went against it, or the call that didn't go his way previously. So sideline ball for Olympiacos Piraeus. Approaching 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Kostas Lukas into the lane. Kick to the corner. Nice catch. Shaquille McKissick elevates in the same spot and connects. Shaquille McKissick moves to 5 points in the game, connecting off that terrifically athletic catch to add a 3-point field goal to his 2 free throws. What an offload and what a jam! Dante Hall crushing it on top of Hassan Martin after receiving a bullet of a pass right on the numbers of his chest. Catching, elevating and crushing. Dante Hall with a spectacular flush and will go to the free throw line looking to add one more. So Dante Hall, 72% free throw shooter in his first season in the EuroLeague. Now 44 of 61 from the stripe. Mike James not putting the ball in the hole, but is hooking up his teammates to the tune of 4 assists. Nicolau. As Kostas Lukas gets to the free throw line. Mike James with a terrific rebound to keep it away from Lukas. Jumping to pass, finding Piraeus Lee, looking for his third three-pointer of the night. And Piraeus Lee is seeing the bucket as big as the port of Piraeus here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. 3 out of 3 from downtown, 12 points in the first half. And his team have a double-digit lead as McKissick looks for his second three-pointer, and he connects. And that is the nature of playoff basketball. Find the guy with the hot hand and ride it until he cools off. Mike James crossing up Hassan Martin, drawing the foul on his dribble penetration. Here's Shaquille McKissick from the opposite side of the court to his first three-pointer. Shaquille McKissick, 8 points in the game to lead his team in scoring. Mike James to the free throw line, and in stark contrast to the first quarter, Olympiacos didn't get anywhere close to the penalty. They're already in a penalty before the midpoint of the second. Mike James is now 21 consecutive free throws. It was a perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line in his 18 points last time out. So Mike James with unerring consistency from 15 feet away. He's getting himself good looks at the basket, but the shot's just not falling from three-point territory. Tyler Dorsey for 3, and he connects. Tyler Dorsey from downtown with his first three-point field goal of the game after going 1 of 7 in his 7-point total in 21 minutes in playoff game 4. In the playoffs, he's been a stone-cold 23% as Yakubu Ouattara answers. What character being shown by AS Monaco, because every time Olympiacos reduce the deficit with a tough 3-ball, they come back with the exact same counter. Yakubu Ouattara now 2 of 3 from downtown as McKissick working the dribble and Jusic defending, forcing him middle. He takes him baseline, gets the shot away, basket no good, and the referee immediately, as soon as the foul was made, saying that the foul was before the act of shooting. Strong drive baseline by Shaquille McKissick. Danilo and Dusic taking a seat on the bench. Mustafa foul. Offloads to Shaquille McKissick. Dwayne Bacon defending, goes over the screen from foul. What a drive and what a finish. And Shaquille McKissick is red hot here in the second quarter. 10 points in the game on perfect shooting from all areas of the floor. That is his first two-pointer tonight, adding to a pair of trifectas and 2 made free throws as well out of 2 attempts. Shaquille McKissick red hot, and AS Monaco unable to call him off through this juncture of the second quarter. He alone keeping his team in contention here. He'll go to the free throw line looking to add 1 more. Well, somebody's in the lane too quickly. Don't often see that violation at this level of basketball. So the 1 free throw will be attempted for a second time by Shaquille McKissick. You back him to make this second opportunity, and indeed he does. Shaquille McKissick completes the 3-point play to lead his team in scoring with 11 points, which have all come in the second quarter. Tyler Dorsey defending Mike James. Mike James driving, lets it go. Fouled in the act of shooting, and a trip to the free throw line forthcoming for the 3rd leading scorer in the EuroLeague. So Mike James has moved on to 22 consecutive makes by making his first 2 foul shots in this game. Here come free throws 3 and 4. So Mike James, consistency from 15 feet away, puts his team up by 9. Walkup working against Yakuba Ouattara, bodying him up near the halfway line, foul setting a screen on both sides of Ouattara. Flat pass finds Tyler Dorsey, who attacks the lane. Yurios Prince resistance for his first action tonight. Shaquille McKissick turning on the jets and able to turn the corner. Give the ball to Shaquille McKissick and get out of the way. 13 points in the game on perfect shooting. Now 2 of 2 from 2-point territories. Team back to within 2. Back to within 7. Will Thomas backing down Printers. Terrific footwork on the shoulder shake. The dream shake from Will Thomas, with his first score of the night. His team restore a 9-point advantage. But surely if you're Olympiacos, you get the ball to Shaquille McKissick, don't you? Because he has filled up the box score to the tune of 13 second quarter points. Instead they go to Printers with a corner 3. It's off the front time. Dwayne Bacon secures the rebound, his 3rd of the night. So Will Thomas goes down to Dwayne Bacon. Sneaky double team applied. Up strong in a crowd is Dwayne Bacon and emerges with a bucket. Terrific work from Dwayne Bacon. 5 points in the game on 2 of 6 shooting from 2-point territory. McKissick lets it go, and inevitably, invariably, it falls through the hoop. And Shaquille McKissick loving life here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium tonight. Attack mode basketball, and despite the contact that he is absorbing, his touch is such that he's always finding the bottom of the bucket. 15 second quarter points on a night where Shaquille McKissick remains perfect from 2-point territory, from 3-point land and the charity stripe. Timeout on the floor. It's a single-digit deficit, and when we emerge, Shaquille McKissick will be going to the free throw line looking to add 1 more.
Hey, listen, Timo. You know, like you're the help player, you know, like him. But you know, like it's not Timo, you know, like it's individual responsibility. You don't run back now. Why you don't run back? Why you go easy now? Everything did good, you know. Why easy now? Let's go, man.
Hey, listen up.
Well, Shaquille McKissick checked into the game, made his first bucket, and from that point, the floodgates have been well and truly open, because my goodness, he has exploded for 15 second quarter points in just 7 minutes of play. He leads all scorers, and those numbers make for remarkable reading. Shaquille McKissick going to the free throw line as we emerge from the timeout, looking for another three-point play. So Shaquille McKissick completes the three-point play, his team down by 8. Mike James inbounds to Will Thomas, then takes it back from him, and now he's got running room. Donatas Motiejunas sees the pass deflected. Terrific steal of the team variety by Olympiacos. Tyler Dorsey keeps it himself, goes through the chest and draws the foul, which will send him to the free throw line. AS Monaco not composed on that trip down the floor, turning the basketball over, and Tyler Dorsey punishing them. Mike James with a really difficult offload to Donatas Motiejunas, picked off after deflections by Olympiacos. Leo Vesterman, 2 first quarter fouls, back into the game here in the second quarter, and he's picked up a third because he's beneath the defensive semicircle. So Tyler Dorsey completes the three-point play. So having been down by 11, a 6-0 run sees Olympiacos back to within 5. Piraeus working the dribble. Mike James relieves him of the basketball. Deep into the shot clock. Gets beneath the free throw line. That's a really difficult shot, and a foul has bailed him out. Coach Bartzokas with a wry smile, because that, if I'm not mistaken, was a left-handed shot attempt in heavy traffic from Mike James. Watch him take Walkup off the dribble here, stays in his left, goes to a left-handed hook. Mustafa Fall, one of the leading shot blockers in the league, guilty of not jumping up, but rather jumping forwards, drawing that foul and rather bailing out Mike James. But great scorers are going to find a way to put the ball in the basket on a night where shots aren't falling from the field. So Mike James has the support of his close friend Kevin Durant up in the stands. But Mike James made a real impact with the Brooklyn Nets when he signed for them last season. So Mike James's run of free throws comes to an end at 24 consecutive makes. He starts a new one and is now 5 of 6 from the free throw line. That snaps the run of 6 unanswered points that Olympiacos used to get back to within 5. Tyler Dorsey defended by Will Thomas. Tyler Dorsey takes him on a drive, goes to the left-handed layup and flips it off the window. Tyler Dorsey with 5 points in a row. It's now a 2-score game, his team down just 4. So Mike James, cross-court pass, Yakuba Watara for 3. Wow, Yakuba Watara with his 3rd three-pointer of the night out of 4 attempts. That is a big bucket. Gives his team a little bit of breathing room to put them up by 7, because Olympiacos have a head of steam here. Can AS Monaco slow down the terrific offense that Olympiacos have put together? They're still being outscored in this second quarter. Offload to McKissick, who's yet to miss. He lets it go off the front eye and perhaps didn't catch in a rhythm. But still, his confidence must be through the roof with the way he's played here in this second quarter. Just over a minute and a half to go. It's Piraeus who receives the inbound pass from Mike James. James down the left-hand side. Piraeus driving on Tyler Dorsey. Motiejunas making himself available in the high post. Will Thomas going one-on-one with Printesis. Faces him up, crosses him over. takes him down to the low post. Shovel pass out to Yakubu Watara, wide open three, and that is the wrong man to leave open. Yakubu Watara, 4 of 5 from downtown as he moves to 12 points in the game, approaching his career high of 15. And he has only been on the court for 11 minutes, Yakubu Watara. Terrific performance by him. His team regained their double-digit lead. They're up by 10. As McKissick offload to the corner with a fancy no-look feed. Thomas Walkup can't finish. Mike James runs down the rebound. So back-to-back three-pointers. It's what AS Monaco have scored on their previous 2 trips down the floor. Princes has lost his footing. Mike James looking to take advantage of that. Corner three-pointer from Piraeus leads off the mark. Moti Younas with terrific hustle. What a play! He got a hand on the offensive rebound and then chased it down. Not the best leaper, but managed to control his body and save the ball to Will Thomas. Oh, wow. Well, Mike James, 0 of 5 from downtown now, and he's cutting a rather frustrated figure because he's not getting calls that he feels he should be the league's 3rd leading scorer. But that is a really ambitious three-point attempt. He's closer to the center court logo than he is the three-point line over the much taller Princes. 2 EuroLeague legends going head-to-head. And sure, it's Mike James whose star is burning more brightly through this passage of play, but are they really going to call that against Princes in his house when he's challenging the three-pointer? That is that unlikely. But of course, we have to caveat that by saying Mike James has made those types of buckets before, but he's now 0 of 5 from three-point territory. His shots just not falling.
No, because they don't want to. That's why seriously. Okay, and then here we have Tyler. Okay, and here is Thomas. Okay, 5 men is for the player for the gun. Okay, guys, let's go. Go down this open. Let's go, guys. Hey, next thing. The end guy. Go.
Well, what a contrast we're witnessing here in the second quarter. In the first quarter, the score was 11-13, 24 points total. And here we have had an explosion. Olympiacos scoring heavily with 27 points. But from their perspective, the problem is AS Monaco have scored 35. Yakubu Watara with 12 points in the game, 4 of 5 from downtown. Paris Lee, 3 of 4 from three-point territory in his 12-point total. So the shot clock has been turned off, closing 13 seconds of the first half. Shaquille McKissick, who leads all scorers with 16, drives, kicks to the corner. Thomas Walkup looking for three-pointer number 2, and a perfectly executed end-of-game scenario sees Thomas Walkup connect on his second trifecta. He moves to 6 points in the game. His team down by 7, and that breaks the run of 6 points without reply posted by AS Monaco. That put them up by 10. Timeout on the floor, and there is confirmation of scoring we don't normally associate with the postseason. 65 second quarter points in total. It's prolific offensive play indeed.
You are here in the corner, okay? So you cross. Dwayne and Mike, here you have like second. Okay.
So Thomas Walkup with his second three-pointer of the night after the timeout. That was his first. And then on this drive and kick from Shaquille McKissick, the corner three-pointer buried from Thomas Walkup, whose numbers have gone through the roof in the postseason. 2 of 3 from downtown tonight. But Thomas Walkup, having shot a paltry 26% from three-point territory in the regular season, way down on his career average of 35, came into this game shooting 39% from three-point land in the postseason, connecting on 7 of his 18 three-point attempts. 2 of 3 from three-point territory tonight. His team trailing by 7, having trailed by as many as 11 on a couple of occasions. So Mike James, one-legged three-pointer on the run, nothing doing. Tough shot for Mike James, and he has posted another bagel here in the first half of this do-or-die playoff game number 5. 0 of 6 from downtown for the league's third leading scorer. 7 points in the game and 6 assists. 5 of those points coming from the free throw line. But there's the story of quarter number 2. Shaquille McKissick exploded for 16 second quarter points where he missed just once. And after 20 minutes of play here at the Pistons Friendship Stadium, it's Olympiacos Piraeus 41, AS Monaco 48. Well, let's hear from Paris Lee, 12 first half points.
You're leading the game right now. Things have been working very well for you in both ends. What do you have to do to maintain the difference?
We just got to keep defending and keep rebounding. I think we got good players that's going to make plays on offense. It's all about our defense.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, that is what's certainly evident here for AS Monaco. 35 second quarter points to outscore Olympiacos by 5 is testament to their offensive potency. Let's hear from Shaquille McKissick.
Only 7 points behind, 1 more have to go. What things you have to correct immediately?
I just think our defensive assignments, we were getting beat. We're late on a lot of defensive rotations, but I'm sure we're going to fix that in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Dwayne.
So Shaquille McKissick leading all scorers, and all 16 of those points coming in the second quarter. What a display, missing just once. And that was on a really difficult 3-point attempt. A dozen apiece for Paris Lee and Yakuba Ouattara.
Turkish Airlines. 7 days. BKT. And Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Some of the highlights from the first half, and what a contrast we have just witnessed. It was Kostas Papanikolaou who got his team out to a 4-0 lead, hitting a pair of free throws and a field goal. Yakuba Ouattara brought his team back to within 1 at 6-5 with his 3-pointer. Mike James, that's his only field goal of the game. He's gone 0 of 6 from downtown, 1 of 2 from 2-point territory, and 5 of 6 from the stripe. Kostas Papanikolaou and Dwayne Bacon have had a testy duel. Dante Hall checked into the game and made his usual impact, blocking shots and snatching putbacks. Shaquille McKissick, 2 out of 3 from downtown. It's Dante Hall doing what Dante Hall does, but Shaquille McKissick filling it up from all over the floor. Some creative takes to the bucket as well, but Yakuba Ouattara has been outstanding in the first half. 4 of 5 from 3-point territory in his 12-point total. Will Thomas killing him softly in the low post for his only score of the night. Drive and kick on the final score of the half. End of game scenario drawn up perfectly to conclude the first half by coach Bart Zokas, and executed to perfection by the home team. So the numbers then, both teams shooting terrifically from the free throw line. Olympiacos 10 out of 10, very little in it in terms of assists. Olympiacos will want to cut down on the turnovers, where they have conceded 7. AS Monaco doing an outstanding job looking after the basketball with just 3 turnovers in the first 20 minutes of play. And unsurprisingly, Shaquille McKissick, the outstanding performer of quarter number 2, 16 points in the game on near perfect shooting from all areas of the floor. Well, let's take a look at the best of the action from playoff games 3, and Maccabi play Tika Tel Aviv hope to force a game 4 and remain unbeaten at home in 2022 as they face Real Madrid at the Menorah Miftahim Arena. Los Blancos took early control of the game with 16 points and 8 rebounds. Gershon Yabusele contributed to a run of 9 points without reply to put Real Madrid in the driving seat. The hosts kept on pushing. Scotty Wilbekin trimmed the difference to 4 points, keeping Maccabi in contention on his way to 22 points and 3 assists. But Los Blancos continued their strong performance with 14 points and 6 rebounds. Vincent Poirier paced Real Madrid to an unsurmountable lead. The victory securing a 3-0 series sweep as the Spanish side became the first team to book their place at the Final Four in Belgrade. AX Armani Exchange Milan hope to steal back their home court advantage and force a Game 5 as they visited Anadolu Efes Istanbul at the Sinan Erdem Sports Hall. The hosts kicked off into full gear and took full control early on in the game with 20 points and 5 rebounds. Vasilija Micic led Efes to a double-digit lead in the first. But Milan stayed strong though and kept on applying the pressure. Four-time EuroLeague champion Karl-Heinz, who dominated in the paint with a 10-point, 12-rebound double-double, edged the visitors in front late in the first half. But the player of the game was Tibor Pleiss, who had 25 points on a near-perfect 8 of 9 shooting from the field, and posting a 37 performance index rating, pulled the reigning champions ahead early in the third. But Milan weren't finished yet. Gigi Ditome, who scored 21 points on the night, contributed to a run of 14 points without reply that put Milan in the lead, keeping their final 4 hopes alive. It came down to the wire. A missed three-pointer from Siobhan Shields to tie the game meant that Shane Larkin could put it out of reach for Milan with a series of free throws, securing his side's return to the Final Four. FS now hoping to become the first team in 9 years to win consecutive crowns. AS Monaco looked to bounce back on home soil and force a crucial Game 5 in the series as they hosted Olympiacos Piraeus in front of a sold capacity crowd at the Stade Gaston Médecin. In a back-and-forth first quarter, Mustafa Fall, with 11 points and 8 rebounds, came up big to give his side a narrow lead. Monaco remained persistent, and Dante Hall, with a 14-point, 10-rebound double-double, got the home team within 4 at the half-time. Olympiacos kept the pressure on, Sasha Vezenkov contributing to a run of 7 points without reply that gave Olympiacos an 11-point cushion early in the third. 17 points and 8 rebounds for Vezenkov. The lead kept on alternating down the stretch, but Dwayne Bacon with 21 points on the night coming up big for Monaco, giving his side a narrow 1-point lead with less than a minute to go. In a dramatic and nail-biting finish, veteran Kostas Lukas had the chance to send Olympiacos to the Final Four, but it wasn't to be. AS Monaco take the crucial win. The series heads back to Piraeus for a decisive finale and all to play for in Game 5. And finally, it was win or go home at the Palau Blaugrana for Game 5 as FC Barcelona looked to secure a return to the Final Four as they hosted FC Bayern Munich on Tuesday. The first quarter swung both ways as big man Othello Hunter capped off a run of 11 points without reply to give the Bavarians a narrow lead on his way to 18 points and 4 rebounds. The two teams proved inseparable. Took a red-hot Nicolas Laprovitola to break the game open to lead a 13-3 Barcelona run with a 26 personal points. And the Spanish side retained control of the game in the fourth, Nikola Mirotic recording 20 points and 5 rebounds as the hosts booked their ticket to Belgrade and a chance to avenge defeat in last season's championship game. Time now for a look at the top 3 plays.
While a bad ball drive off the glass, that never looked like it was going to be good. Davies was in too good a position, and here's Mirotic in transition. He will try to go all the way, and he does. Nikola Mirotic with 2 consecutive baskets, 1-on-1 against Mirotic. Throws it up. Oh, how did it go for Onion Yaramaz? It seemed hopeless for him, but he somehow kept his composure, tossed it up on the buzzer, and it dropped in incredibly. In the backcourt for Bayern, it's Danchisko, who has the ball here, gives it to Lukic, looking for Othello Hunter. What a play! The timing, the tempo, the execution. Othello Hunter throwing it down. This was a stunning play.
Turkish Airlines, 7 days, BKT, and Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
So that's how things stand at the halftime interval here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Olympiacos Piraeus trailing AS Monaco by 7. They've been down by as many as 11 on a couple of occasions at 19-30 and 30-41. Their last lead was at 6-5. Haven't managed to regain it since they conceded it. As we take a look at Piraeus Lee, 12 points in the game on near perfect shooting from all over the floor. 3 of 4 from downtown is his only miss. That's his only made 2-pointer. Shot with a high degree of difficulty, and this is how sweetly he has been stroking it from beyond the arc. Made that free throw after being fouled in that miracle shot in the lane. Piraeus Lee with 12 points in the game, joint high scorer for his team, along with Yakuba Watara. Shaquille McKissick was named as the outstanding performer of quarter number 2. And this will give you an idea as to why. Stroking the ball beautifully from all over the floor, opposite wings for his pair of 3-pointers, taking it to the lane with acrobatic athleticism and terrific touch, making his free throws as well. Shaquille McKissick has been an absolute dynamo in the second quarter for the home team. He leads all scorers with 16. Crucial reason as to why they are in touching distance in a game where they have trailed by double digits on several occasions here. The largest deficit has been 11, but thanks to Shaquille McKissick's exploits, they are still in the mix with 20 minutes to play here on home court.
Coach, things have been working very well for your team in that first half. What is the number one thing you need to maintain in that second half?
Well, we should stop, like penetration from, like McKissick, from Dorsey, from the others. Like this is the only thing, I can complain, like in the rest, on the, like offensively, defensively, we did a pretty good job. So, like pay attention more on even now it's Lucas, like we know what champion is here.
Thank you very much, Coach.
So Coach Sasa Obradovic looking to slow down the penetration, 44% from 2-point territory for AS Monaco, but an outstanding 44% from downtown. And that is including the 0 of 6 effort from Mike James, 8 of 18 from 3-point territory, identical to their numbers from 2-point territory. Obradovic looking to slow down the penetration. Let's hear from his opposite number.
Coach, only 7 points behind, 1 more half to go. What are the things you need to immediately correct in that second half?
First of all, we need to execute better in our offense. Wherever we were not patient, they found rhythm because this is a great transition team. And at the same time, they had 8 out of 8 3-point shots to players, Lee and Quatara. We need to adjust on this a little bit.
Thank you very much, Coach.
So solid shooting from both 2 and 3-point territory for Olympiacos Piraeus. 42% from downtown, 5 points on the break, 5 points off turnovers is a solid return when you consider that AS Monaco only committed 3 turnovers in the first half. It's proving to be quite a spectacle here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. For the home fans to leave happy, Olympiacos Piraeus have got to chip away at the deficit that they currently face. So the second half underway. AS Monaco, who have possession. Leo Westermann, who accrued 2 quick first quarter fouls, and then a foul in the third quarter when he checked back into the game, trying to draw a charge on Tyler Dorsey in transition. He has the basketball now. Deep into the shot clock. He's got to pull a trigger. And again, terrific D. And where's the communication from AS Monaco? That is the benefit of the home crowd in evidence, because the visiting team from the other end of the bench, the other end of the court, have got to let them know, but one would suspect that the 5 on the floor, unable to hear it. Leo Westermann yanked out of the game immediately, having turned the ball over with it in his hands. That 24-second shot clock violation, Piraeus back into the mix. So tough night for Leo Westermann so far as they go inside to foul, kicks to the corner. Three-pointer was off the mark from Sasha Vezenkov. Mike James with the defensive rebound, his 3rd board of the night. They lob it up inside, Will Thomas. Inside to Monty Younas, and that's going to be a foul. On Mustafa Foul, big strong defender in the post. But this foul committed, didn't move his feet quickly enough to stay in front of Monty Younas, his 2nd. So they go out to Donatas Monty Younas. Monty Younas offloads to Piraeus with a shovel pass. Will Thomas for 3, that's long and off right. Mustafa Foul with a strong defensive rebound. 2nd rebound of the night for Foul. Papanikolaou offloading to Foul, who finishes on the run and count the bucket. That's a really clever offload from Kostas Papanikolaou to find his teammate who was cutting to the bucket. Mustafa Foul didn't bring the force, but instead he dropped it in with finesse to ensure that the bucket would fall. So first score of the second half in favor of Olympiacos. The decibel level dialed up once again. And Mustafa Foul's difficulties from the free throw line continue. Plummeted in the playoffs to even lower than what they were in the regular season, where it was a solid, if not spectacular, 62% from the stripe. Mike James offload to Donatas Monty Younas. That's an offense. Oh, it's a blocking foul. I thought for a moment it was an offensive foul as Sasha Vezenkov took up position on the edge of the lane. And that's the lean. It's the lean to the left. His feet were there, but Donatas Monty Younas doing a good job changing direction by going to his right. Sasha Vezenkov leaning over to his left, committing the offensive foul, excuse me, the defensive foul. His 1st. Long pass is well caught. Yakuba Ouattara for 3, and Yakuba Ouattara has equaled his career high, and he has done so with nothing but 3-pointers. 15 points in the game on 5 of 6 shooting from downtown. Yakuba Ouattara lethal from long range. His team up by 8 as they continue to shoot the lights out from long range. Walkup from the high post, smooth as you like. Thomas Walkup moves to 8 points in the game on that, his first 2-point field goal. 3 of 4 from the field, Thomas Walkup, as Will Thomas gives it to Mike James. Walkup in pursuit. Mike James applies the brakes, jumps to pass. Monty Younas rotates it to Will Thomas. Thomas down the sideline to Mike James, deep in the shot clock, evades the double team. Floater in the lane is good. Terrific offense by AS Monaco, moving the basketball very well and then offloading to the league's 3rd leading scorer, Mike James, with his 2nd 2-point field goal of the night. A high degree of difficulty once again after evading the double team and getting the floater to go. Line drive is off the mark. Mike James runs down the rebound. That's his 4th of the night. So Piraeus now a mismatch against Vezenkov. Monty Younas has traveled, and again, that's a really careless turnover. They did such a good job in the first half, AS Monaco committing just 3 turnovers in the first 20 minutes. And this one, no pressure, but the shuffle. Frustrating indeed. So Walkup gets to beneath the free throw line. Mustafa foul with a mismatch against Yakuba Wataru, and that's why Wataru has committed the foul. So Paris Lee, Tyler Dorsey getting themselves in a little bit of a tangle. End line possession once again for Olympiacos. Motiejunas reaching on Vezenkov. They go down to Mustafa foul. Will Thomas trying to stand strong. Down to the low post. Goes foul. He remains in the lane. Three-pointer. Oh, it's drilled after the pump fake from Sasha Vezenkov. His first three-pointer of the night. And his team back to within 5. Mustafa foul passing out of the low post to find Sasha Vezenkov, who connected from downtown. So strong defensive rebound. The ball still loose, and Will Thomas comes up with it. Terrific hustle by AS Monaco. Will Thomas with his first steal of the game, and the mid-range J working for Mike James. His field goals have come exclusively from two-point territory. He's moved to 11 points in the game. He's 3 of 4 now from two-point range, but 0 of 6 from downtown. Got a whistle on the play. So Paris Lee takes a seat on the bench, having picked up foul number 3. End line possession for Olympiacos Piraeus. It's Thomas Walkup looking for it, looking to steal on the inside is Sasha Vezenkov. They find Mustafa foul, who gives it back immediately to Thomas Walkup, who continues to remain red hot in the postseason. 3 out of 4 from downtown in this game tonight to take him to 11 points in the game. Olympiacos' second double-digit scorer. Donatas Motiejunas off the back iron, rebound Thomas Walkup. 4-point deficit. Olympiacos outscoring AS Monaco 10-7, and the fans up on their feet at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Walkup looking to go one-on-one with Yakuba Wataru. Splits the gap, gets into the lane and gets it to go. 5 points in a row for Thomas Walkup. Emma Stone in the house, enjoying the athletics that she is seeing down on the court here. Thomas Walkup has the Peace and Friendship Stadium bouncing. It's a single score game, and Olympiacos Piraeus dominating this second half.
It's our time to go claim what we've been chasing and win a championship.
You're working for times like this.
This really is fairy tale stuff.
Anadolu Efes Istanbul fulfilled their championship destiny. Well, the momentum lies well and truly with the home team. 1 ticket remains up for grabs. The victor of this game tonight will be the side that secures that ticket. The momentum is with Olympiacos Piraeus outscoring AS Monaco 12 points to 7 in the second half. Thomas Walkup has scored 5 points in a row, and AS Monaco having difficulty slowing down Olympiacos' offense. Meanwhile, they're finding points pretty tough to come by. And there's why Thomas Walkup with the steal and jam. And we have a tied basketball game. off the left side from Dwayne Bacon, and all of a sudden AS Monaco looking a little bit individualistic. Not able to move the basketball as efficiently as they were for the terrific offensive outburst they produced in the second quarter. Tyler Dorsey gets Danilo Andjusic in the air. Trip to the free throw line forthcoming. And AS Monaco have got to get themselves together here. Basketball, a game of runs, of course. You see Will Thomas trying to call his team for a quick conflab beneath the free throw line. But again, this one of the benefits of playing at home. Just look at the fans in the Peace and Friendship Stadium here. And you can feel the atmosphere. So vibrant, it is positively visceral. All of the encouragement in the direction of Olympiacos Piraeus, and they are taking inspiration from it. So Tyler Dorsey goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and for the first time since 6-5 in the first quarter, it is Olympiacos Piraeus who have the lead. Mike James jumping to pass, Dwayne Bacon for 3, and he connects. That is a big bucket from Dwayne Bacon, because it puts his team up by 2 and takes him to 8 points in the game. That's a goaltend from Mike James. The basketball counter ties up again, 58 points apiece. So Will Thomas has used his dribble. Mike James playing in this cacophonous atmosphere, goes up in a crowd, fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the free throw line. Terrific team spirit in evidence from AS Monaco. Mike James was fouled, his teammates racing over to him to help him back to his feet. And I'm not sure there can be much complaint about that foul, because again, Mustafa Foul not jumping up, he's jumping forwards. Here's the goaltend from Mike James. So checking back into the game is Hassan Martin. Mustafa Foul taking a seat on the bench, having picked up foul number 3 with 3.5 minutes remaining in the third. So Mike James made 24 consecutive free throws after going 4 of 4 and missed his 5th, and he's now made 2 in a row to make him 6 of 7 from the free throw line. 12 points in the game, along with 7 assists and 4 rebounds. But the glaring number on Mike James's box score is, or stat line, is 0 of 6 from downtown, all in the first half. But the usual service resumed from 15 feet away. His team lead by 2. They're being outscored in the second half, the third quarter, by 5, 17-12 in favor of the home team. Tyler Dorsey working the dribble. Will Thomas now at a mismatch in terms of mobility. Tyler Dorsey attacks, pump faking, stepping through, Walkup for 3 off the front rim. Paris Lee runs it down. Thomas Walkup scored 7 points in a row to tie things up at 55 points apiece. Dwayne Bacon makes the catch, working against Thomas Walkup. Difficult shot from the baseline, doesn't get the roll, it's still loose, it's squeezed most tightly by Kostas Papanikolaou, his second rebound of the game. Papanikolaou has it left side now, rotates it to Walkup. Dwayne Bacon down in his defensive stance, but was just blown by Walkup. Kostas Papanikolaou for 3 off the back iron. What an offensive rebound. Hassan Martin passes out to Tyler Dorsey, who attacks the DOS. No offensive foul, no call either way. Wow! Tyler Dorsey lowered the shoulder like a running back and just put it through the chest of Mike James, leaving him on the hardwood. And he hit the short-range J that ensued to tie things up at 60. Tyler Dorsey with 13 points in the game. Paris Lee moves to 14 points in the game. And his second 2-pointer. So again, it's Olympiacos outscoring Monaco by 5 here in quarter number 3. 6 lead changes is testimony to how tight this has been, as Hassan Martin drives and finishes to tie things up at 62, with the opportunity of 1 more to come from 15 feet away. Pick and roll played beautifully. Mike James trying to help out, but unable to distract Hassan Martin from his mission of making the bucket. So Hassan Martin missed it, made his free throw earlier in the game. He can't complete the three-point play here. So it's Piraeus, his team's second highest scorer with 14 points in the game, to Danilo Andjusic, edge of the lane. That's a tough shot from Danilo Andjusic to put his team up by 2. His first score of the night. So Tyler Dorsey working against Will Thomas. Pulls up for 3 over the hand of Thomas. Tough shot attempt. Thomas did a good job getting a hand in the face. So Piraeus just electing to slow things down. Comes down the right side looking for the mismatch. Nice catch, Will Thomas. Dorsey bumping him, no foul called. Nice catch, Dante Hall. Kicks it out to Dwayne Bacon. They rotate it to Danilo Andjusic. Deep three-pointer. Makes it 5 points in a row for Danilo Andjusic to put his team up by 5. Shooting the lights out in the playoffs at 44% from downtown. And that was a tough bucket. Hassan Martin drives to the hoop. Fans calling for an unsportsmanlike. Dante Hall, one of the leading shot blockers in the league, moving his feet to try and fashion a chase down block. That's terrific work from Hassan Martin, using that offhand to fend off Dante Hall. He's called for his 3rd. So AS Monaco in the penalty. Hassan Martin unable to complete the three-point play just a few moments ago. Makes this one. Snapping a run of 5 points without reply. That put AS Monaco up by 5. Or 5 of those points coming from the hot hand of Danilo Andjusic. A J from the edge of the lane and a three-pointer with a hand in his face. So Hassan Martin makes both to make it a single score affair once again. 13.5 seconds the difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Piraeus being defended by Kostas Lukas. Andjusic, who has scored AS Monaco's 5 most recent points. Push floater from Piraeus was a really difficult shot. Solid D by Olympiacos. A three-pointer will tie it up as we go into the 4th quarter. Kostas Lukas handling the rock. Yet to score tonight. He's attempted just 1 field goal. What's the call here? Well, bumpers being called as Kostas Lukas was knocked to the floor. See if we can figure out who committed the foul. It's Dante Hall. And if that is Dante Hall, that's his 4th. My goodness, that's 2 fouls in quick succession. Dante Hall, in all likelihood, is going to have to start the 4th quarter on the bench for the visiting team. Dante Hall, one of the leading shot blockers in the league with 1.1 rejections per night, puts him 3rd in that category. Kostas Lukas, one of the most accurate free throw shooters in the EuroLeague, 89% for his career. Goes a perfect 2 of 2 to edge closer to Jaka Lakovic on the all-time list. Jaka Lakovic now just 3 ahead in terms of made three-pointers. 673 for Jaka Lakovic. Those 2 made three-pointers take Kostas Lukas to 670 made free throws for his EuroLeague career. So closing stages of quarter number 3. That's a reach from Tyler Dorsey, but Olympiacos with fouls to give. So it will be sideline possession for AS Monaco. They will have 2.6 seconds to fashion a shot. I think everybody in the building knows that the ball will go into the hands of Mike James, and he will look to get his account open from three-point territory. Goes back door, Mike James has it, corner three-pointer, pump faking, gets it away, and right on cue, Mike James affords himself a smile, because after going 0 of 6 from downtown in the first half of play, his first three-point attempt of the second half comes at the death of the third quarter. 2 defenders on him, a rotating defender as well. A pump fake got the pair of defenders in the air, and then he calmly stroked his first three-pointer of the night to put his team up by 6 with 10 minutes to play. So some of the highlights from the third quarter. Yakuba Ouattara equaling his career high with 15 points in the game. Thomas Walkup with 15 points in the game for himself, including 7 in a row to bring his team from 7 down at 48-55 to tie things up at 55 points apiece. Mike James got his 2-point game going. And here, the bucket that tied things up. Thomas Walkup with a steal and jam to tie proceedings at 55 points apiece. Dwayne Bacon with a big three-pointer to put his team up by 2. Danilo Andjusic scored 5 points in a row. And then Mike James with a dramatic corner three-pointer to beat the end of quarter buzzer. 4 points the advantage for AS Monaco, 66-70 the score. In a second quarter where Olympiacos edged it 25-22. Outstanding performer of quarter number 3 is Mike James with 9 points and assist and a performance index rating of 12.
Έναρξη της τέταρτης περίοδου Ολυμπιακών μας στον αγωνιστικό χώρο με τους Τόμας Walkup, τον Κώστα Σλούκα, τον Χασάν Μάρτιν, τον Σάσα Βεζένκοφ και τον Σάκη Πακίση.
So it's the home team with possession to begin the fourth quarter. They trail by 4. Slukas driving, goes beneath the backboard. Thomas Walkup in the corner, dribbles out of there in the high post, working the dribble. Danilo Andjusic defending the spin move, but Thomas Walkup is in a groove. Thomas Walkup with 17 points in the game brings his team back to within a single score. So Will Thomas wide open from the wing, and a man with that much experience and composure, well, that is like bread and water. Will Thomas with his second bucket of the game, and that an uncontested J, much welcome to restore his team's 4-point lead. So Walkup to Sasha Vezenkov, he's fouled in the act of shooting, and the three-pointer falls. A 4-point play opportunity from Sasha Vezenkov. Terrific touch to play through the contact applied by Will Thomas. Will Thomas on the rotation, Sasha Vezenkov, that shut tap on the left arm. Not enough to take the bucket away from Sasha Vezenkov, who now will go to the free throw line looking to add one more. Sasha Vezenkov completes the 4-point play to tie things up at 72 points apiece. Remember, the previous result was a 1-score game. 78-77 in favor of AS Monaco at the Salle Gaston Médecin. And Mike James will be going to the free throw line for 3 shots as he uses his body terrifically well to draw that foul in the act of shooting. Sasha Vezenkov, who was just the beneficiary of a 4-point play, excuse me, or the architect of a 4-point play. Committing the foul on a 3-point shooter there. So Mike James now 9 of 10 from the free throw line in his 18-point total. He leads all scorers. One more to come from the stripe. So Mike James, 3 out of 3, moves to 19 points in the game, 10 of 11 from 15 feet away tonight. See both teams doing an outstanding job from the foul line. It's a single score affair. AS Monaco up by 2. They've led for the majority of this game. Nice catch, Hassan Martin on the cut down the lane. Olympiacos jumped out to a 4-0 lead before AS Monaco put a point on the board. They then led at 6-2. Their last lead was at 6-5. 6-5 was Olympiacos' last lead. Monaco held the lead throughout the second quarter, where they went up by as many as 11 on a couple of occasions at 19-30 and 30-41. For Olympiacos, edged their way back ahead at 56-55. As the three-pointer drilled from downtown by Kostas Loukas, his first field goal of the night, ties things up at 75 points apiece. We saw a crowd cutaway of Vasilis Benoulis earlier on, and like the man who preceded him as the point guard pilot of Olympiacos Piraeus, Kostas Loukas has the knack of making big buckets when required. What a time to drill your first three in the fourth quarter to tie things up at 75. Donatas Motiejunas off the mark with the hook shot. Line drive is flat and short from Kostas Loukas. 0 of 2 from two-point territory. Will Thomas doing an outstanding job on the glass. That's the 4th defensive rebound in his 5-rebound haul. Oh, nice catch, Dwayne Bacon. That's a really tough pass from Paris Lee. Yakubu Watara off the back iron. Crucial touch from Donatas Motiejunas. Dwayne Bacon up the sideline, just slowing things down as he resumes his battle with Thomas Walkup. Off the iron. Rebound secured by Kostas Loukas. He's off to the races. So too Shaquille McKissick. We've got a foul in the open court. It could well be unsportsmanlike. That's what the fans are asking for. Paris Lee called for the foul. Now, is that a legitimate play on the ball? I think it looked perhaps more dramatic than it was because Kostas Loukas fended him off. So that is the 3rd Olympiacos player on 4 fouls now. Paris Lee, Dante Hall and Mike James with 4 fouls apiece, and there is plenty of time remaining in this fourth quarter. Olympiacos edging the fourth quarter, 9-5. As Loukas being defended by Paris Lee, playing with 4 fouls. Kick to the corner to Thomas Walkup, fakes the 3, drives aggressively, initiates the contact, is off the bottom underside of the iron. Yakubu Watara runs down the defensive rebound. So Dwayne Bacon rotates it to Paris Lee. Dwayne Bacon getting into it with a few Olympiacos players tonight. Paris Lee losing his footing, regained his balance, pulled the trigger off the back iron. Crucial touch by Will Thomas to guide it out to Dwayne Bacon, his 2nd offensive rebound of the night. Terrific work, and Dwayne Bacon drives aggressively, gets the shot away, goes back iron. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. Well, this is the epitome of playoff basketball here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Hard-nosed, physical, with plenty of skill, intensity, and intelligence as well. So Shaquille McKissick called for his 2nd. Dwayne Bacon remains perfect from the stripe tonight. So 2 out of 2 from Dwayne Bacon takes him to 10 points in the game. AS Monaco's 4th double-digit scorer, side with a 2-point advantage. Shaquille McKissick, as we've got a whistle on the play, away from the basketball. So Hassan Martin receives the inbound pass. Slukas working on Piraeus, who's got 4 fouls, and that is it. Piraeus head in his hands. He'll take no further part in the game. The home fans telling him to hit the road, Jack. 14 points, 3 of 5 from downtown. It's been an outstanding contribution, but in attempting to squeeze over the screen, too much contact from Piraeus, and that is the tightrope that players have to walk when they find themselves in that position. Don't want to give up being aggressive, but in just gambling, he's pushed it over the red line. And Piraeus fouls out of the game. But what a contribution it has been from Piraeus. Really efficient shooting from the field and the free throw line, along with 3 rebounds and a steal as well. So Kostas Lukas, 1 of 2 from the stripe. His team trailing by 1. Piraeus has fouled out. So AS Monaco a man down. Significant player as well. Mike James, he's playing with 4 fouls. Motiejunas rolls to the bucket. Danilo Andjusic gives it straight back to Mike James. Deep in the shot clock, gets to the foul line, no travel. What a block from Tyler Dorsey. Terrific D by Olympiacos. 2-on-1 opportunity. Shaquille McKissick turns on the Jets and slices his way to the hole to move to 18 points in the game. His team lead by 1. Just their second lead of the second half. As Mike James aggressively takes it to the rack and finds the finish. That's a strong drive to the bucket from Mike James to take him to 21 points in the game. 4 of 6 from three-point territory. And the lead changes once again. AS Monaco up by 1. McKissick working against Motiejunas. He's used his dribble. Wide open is Hassan Martin, because skittled over the baseline was Mike James. Playing with 4 fouls, remember. Hassan Martin moves to 9 points in the game. And yet another lead change here in the 4th quarter. As Mike James offloads to Motiejunas. Jump hook from just above the dots is perfectly executed basketball. The drive and dish from Mike James, who is flirting with a double-double. A game-high 21 points, along with 9 helpers tonight, facilitating magnificently. On a night where 3-pointers not falling, but look at that consummate point guard play from Kostas Lukas. First 2-point field goal of the night. He's 1 of 5 from the field overall. 11 lead changes, and an abundance of them have come here in quarter number 4. Mike James feeling for Kostas Lukas, crosses him up, slices, offloads, and the ball's out of bounds. His last touch by whom? And that reaction tells you all you need to know. Sasha Vezenkov deflecting it off Mike James. Deflecting it off Donatas Motiejunas. But terrific fight in evidence. It's the second half that he's being edged by Olympiacos Piraeus. It is a 1-point game deep in crunch time here. 4 minutes and change to play in regulation. Overtime remains a distinct possibility in this feisty Game 5 playoff encounter.
We have 2 fouls and we have to be smart.
Well, in his first action of the playoffs, Hassan Martin has been a really solid contributor for Olympiacos Piraeus tonight. 9 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field, 3 of 4 from the stripe, along with a rebound as well. Hassan Martin back into the fray, and in 13 minutes on the floor, he has been a really positive outlet for his club. What an atmosphere here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. It's raucous and rowdy, and the home team are riding the energy that they're receiving from the crowd in a bid to make it through to the Final 4. as Mustafa Fall mashes it home with a two-fisted jam to give his team a 3-point lead. Back-to-back scores for Olympiacos Piraeus. It remains a single-score game. Mike James driving on Slukas, commits the foul on the ground. But as Coach Bartzokas said during the timeout, they have fouls to give. It will be sideline possession. The two elite guards going head-to-head in the open court. So Mike James and Dante Hall on the floor with 4 fouls for AS Monaco. Mustafa Fall has 3 for Olympiacos. Will Thomas has received it. Sasha Vezenkov on his back. It's Dwayne Bacon looking to go one-on-one with Shaquille McKissick. Watera sets the screen. Now there's a switch and a mismatch in terms of size at Dwayne Bacon. To his spot, mid-range, Jay Bucket. Terrific work by Dwayne Bacon. Such an accomplished scorer. Brings his team back to within 1. Stops the run of 4 points without reply that Olympiacos used to go up by 3. Slukas shaking off Dwayne Bacon. Now it's Will Thomas defending on the perimeter. Slukas will look to attack him with the dribble. Goes behind the back, and you saw the contact from the forearm. AS Monaco in the penalty, and you're sending one of the most accurate free throw shooters of all time in the EuroLeague to the charity stripe. He's 3 of 4 from the line tonight. And if he makes these 2, he will tie Jaka Lakovic with 673 made 3-pointers for his EuroLeague career. That will put him at joint 8th position on the all-time list. So Kostas Lukas makes the first. So a perfect trip to the free throw line for Kostas Lukas puts his team up by 3. And again, we talked about the trait that he shares with Vasilis Spanoulis of coming up with buckets when his team need it. And that stat line, evidence of that. 8 points in the 4th quarter. Mike James kicks to the corner. Will Thomas pushed out of bounds. Now what's the call? Sasha Vezenkov called for the foul. Will Thomas going out of bounds, but not without a little assistance from his opposite number at the forward position. And there it was. So Sasha Vezenkov called for his 3rd. Dwayne Bacon going against Thomas Walkup. What odds that he takes him down to the wing, drives on him, lost his footing, almost lost the basketball, goes again, gets baseline, hangs in the air, short on the shot. What hustle from Dante Hall! Mike James for 3, off right, Mustafa Fall with the defensive board. But an outstanding offensive rebound by Dante Hall to give his team another bite at the cherry. Mike James' difficulties continue. Must have been a 2-point attempt. No, it's a 3-point attempt indeed. 1 of 8 from downtown now as Kostas Lukas comes up big in crunch time once again. Continues to embellish and enhance his formidable reputation as a closer to put his team up by 6. Their largest lead of the game with less than 2 minutes to play. Mike James answers, hanging in the air, putting the collective heads in the hands of the Olympiacos fans. No lead is safe when Mike James is on the floor. Irrespective of what has gone before, he is a danger. So Yakubu Watera called for the foul. And again, the fans continuing to encourage the home team. Quite sure Yakubu Watera can complain about that, but watch this for a miracle shot from Mike James, his characteristic sidestep. What can you do? It's solid D from Kostas Lukas, just better offense in that one-on-one matchup. So Kostas Lukas to take sole possession of the number 8 position on the all-time list of made free throws. And he does so. Surpassing Jaka Lakovic. 674 made free throws now for Kostas Lukas. So it's a 5-point lead. Olympiacos have led by as many as 6 at 89-83. That was short-lived and cut in half by Mike James's three-point response. But that is how Olympiacos have edged ahead in this second half. As we take a look at the 7 days magic moment, and it's a defensive play. Kostas Papanikolaou with the chase down block against Dwayne Bacon. Dwayne Bacon out in the open court looking to flip it off the window, but Kostas Papanikolaou did not give up on the play, stayed with it and used his left hand to slap it against the backboard for the 7 days magic moment. So Piraeus Lee fouled out. 14 points in the game. Still plenty of time left. Quincy Acey in the stands looking on. Can't do anything to contribute. Always the worst place for a player to be. But the fans are doing everything within their power to show Olympiacos some love and continue to encourage them in their efforts to summon up the extra energy and concentration that is going to be required to see this one over the line. It's still very much in the balance, but Olympiacos in the advantageous position. Nice catch, Mike James in a double team. Gets to the sideline, offloads to Will Thomas. Will Thomas gives it back. Mike James on the sideline logo. Mismatch against Mustafa Fowl. Drives by him, offloads, and finished on the inside by Will Thomas. Composure personified once again. Mike James with a double-double. His 10th assist of the night to go with a game-high 24 points. Tyler Dorsey for 3! Tyler Dorsey connects from downtown to move to 16 points in the game. His second three-pointer of the night to put his team up by 6 once again. It's a 2-score affair with little more than a minute remaining. Mike James one-on-one with Kostas Lukas. Dante Hall sets the screen. Now there's a mismatch on the perimeter. Step back 3. Mike James off everything. Ball rebounded by Will Thomas. Gets it back to Danilo Andusic. Weaves his way through traffic. Mike James. Well, it's a shot clock violation. The three-pointer must not have drawn iron. Very difficult to discern in such a cacophonous atmosphere. But the three-pointer from Mike James did not hit the rim. So the 24-second shot continued to count down. And that 24-second violation, a crucial turnover in this 2-score game. Mike James, 2 of 10 from downtown. After going 1 of 10 in playoff game 4, he leads all scorers with 24 points and has dished out 10 assists. But he has gone stone cold from three-point territory over the course of the last 2 games. Walkup. 17 points on the night for him. Tyler Dorsey working against Mike James. He's playing with 4 fouls. Vezenkov, quick turnaround. Mustafa Fowl gets a piece of it. Will Thomas offloads to Mike James. Mike James attacking, coming downhill, goes glass with the left. It's off the mark. Will Thomas fighting for it. Secured by Tyler Dorsey. And one suspects that is the ball game. Celebrations begin here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. AS Monaco have given absolutely everything. But down by 6, I'm rather surprised they've stopped playing as quickly as they have, because fouls and missed foul shots could well turn the tide of this one. But time remains on the clock, and the officials are going to have to get a hold of this one. But even though, in all probability, the game was over, I'm rather surprised that AS Monaco didn't commit a foul and see if Olympiacos can make their free throws. And again, when you've got Mike James and Dwayne Bacon on the floor, jack up a three and see if it falls. So they stopped competing as though it were a pre-season game. When they had around 15 seconds left to fight, that's the choice they've made. You can't get back time, but this one, the result, surely a foregone conclusion now. By electing not to fight for those preceding 8 seconds or so, it will be Olympiacos who prevail here on home court to go through to the Final Four. We've had flares, and still have flares, going off up in the stands here. But they've got to conclude the game and get it in the book as a result. So they're going to have to subdue the celebrations for just a little while longer. And that is why Kostas Papanikolaou and other veterans on the Olympiacos squad are just asking their passionate supporters to hold it down and subdue their celebrations for the minute. For less than a minute, because it's 7 seconds is all they've got to wait for. But again, celebrations continuing among the Olympiacos players. Luigi LaMonica and his staff are going to have to sort out how long is left, because again, there's still 9 seconds in regulation, and AS Monaco stopped competing with around 15 seconds left. So the formality of seeing this one over the line here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium now. Order going to have to be restored. And look at the smiles on the faces of the Olympiacos players and fans. And again, being acknowledged by the opposition as well, as it was from the moment they chose not to compete with about 15 seconds remaining in regulation. You can understand why, but then on the flip side, we've seen stranger things happen in this beautiful game of basketball. Commit the foul, send the team to the line, see what happens, see if Mike James can continue to land miracle shots, even though they haven't fallen for him from three-point territory over the last 2 games. Would you bet against him? His close friend Kevin Durant in the house, sampling this atmosphere, and no doubt just strengthening his resolve to play outside of the NBA before his career comes to a close. So the clock continuing to count down. AS Monaco not bothering to defend. Olympiacos dribbling it out. And it is now a result. A terrific Game 5 sees Olympiacos Piraeus close it out here in this do-or-die encounter. They take it on home court to progress through to their first Final Four since the 2016-17 campaign. And guess where it was that year? You've got it. So they're returning to the Final Four in a bid to secure their fourth EuroLeague title. They have emerged in a bruising encounter of incredibly high intensity. After taking the lead in the early stages, they went down by as many as 11 in a couple of occasions in the second quarter. They battled their way back to lead 56-55 in the third. And then trailing 66-70 to start the quarter, they took it by a 10-point margin, holding AS Monaco to just 18 points while they scored 28. And just look at what this result means for the home team. This blend of EuroLeague veterans and legends like Yorios Printezis, and players in their prime and players who are emerging stars, all of them contributing over the course of the campaign and indeed the postseason. They have been formidable at home. Olympiacos conceded game number 2 when Monaco came in here and punched them in the mouth to wrest home court advantage away from them. But they bounced back magnificently to take game 3 at the Salle Gaston Médecin. Olympiacos conceded the 4th game by 1 point. And here they have come away with a 6-point victory. A final score of 94 points to 88. flares have been let off in the Peace and Friendship Stadium. It is a frenetic, frenzied atmosphere, one of pure joy and jubilation. Experienced amongst the players and fans, a sea of red and white has cascaded down from the seats onto the playing area, and the players and fans absolutely reveling in this celebratory atmosphere, having progressed through to the Final Four for the first time since the 2016-2017 campaign. So a final score after 4 incredibly intense quarters of play here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. It's Olympiacos Piraeus 94, AS Monaco 88. It is Olympiacos Piraeus who have punched their ticket through to the Final Four in Belgrade. Jubilant scenes continue to be enjoyed by everybody involved with this magnificent club. Incredible scenes. Many of the fans capturing these moments for posterity on their camera phones and smartphones. As the flag continued to be waved high in the stadium night sky here. As though a filter had been placed over the proceedings because of the flare smoke that is filling the arena. It's making for incredible images. And it's a party here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium in Piraeus. No doubt all of these fans will be scrambling to the website www.f4tickets.com in a bid to secure their packages to make the trip to Belgrade and cheer on their beloved squad as they bid to secure their 4th EuroLeague title. Back-to-back triumphs in 2012 and 2013. Runners-up in 2017 and indeed 2015. Their first final appearance after making the playoffs in 2017-18. They have progressed by prevailing in the best-of-5 series, and they maintain the record of home teams continuing to prevail in deciding do-or-die Game 5 since the playoff format was adopted in 2009. AS Monaco deserve immense credit for the fight that they put forth, but with Paris Lee fouling out and having fallen behind at 78-77, while there were significant lead changes, 11 lead changes in all, through this topsy-turvy back-and-forth game. But once they led at 82-81 and 84-81, Olympiacos Piraeus were able to see this one over the line. Outstanding contributions from so many of their players. Thomas Walkup continued to shoot the lights out in the postseason after his difficulties in the regular season, from where he was 26% from three-point territory, 39% coming into the game, and he went 3 of 5 from downtown tonight. 17 points. Shaquille McKissick with 18 points in the game on near perfect shooting, missing just 1 3-point attempt where he caught the ball out of rhythm. Other than that, 4 of 5 from two-point territory, 2 of 3 from downtown, a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And tonight's Adidas player of the game is that man, Shaquille McKissick, who exploded for 16 second quarter points in a quarter where his team were outscored by 5, but he kept them in touching distance in a quarter where AS Monaco exploded for 35. Shaquille McKissick showing his all-court prowess tonight, his blistering speed, his high basketball IQ, a team-high 18 points. He's tonight's Adidas player of the game. An incredible stat line from Shaquille McKissick, a crucial contributor to Olympiacos' decisive win, which sends them through to the Final Four. So some of the highlights from tonight's game. Olympiacos Piraeus took the early lead, but once AS Monaco took the lead at 6-8, it was a lead they retained until 56-55 in the third quarter. Piraeus lead with a terrific performance, 14 points in the game on efficient shooting before fouling out. And Shaquille McKissick kept his side in touching distance with a 16-point second quarter explosion. Yakuba Ouattara equaled his career high with 15 points in the game, 5 of 7 from downtown. And Sasha Vezenkov with another solid performance, 9 points in the game and 7 rebounds, 2 of 5 from downtown. Vezenkov, Hassan Martin in his first appearance in the playoffs, contributing 9 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field and 3 of 4 from downtown. Kostas Lucas, his points coming in crunch time, 15 points and 5 helpers overall. Tyler Dorsey, 16 points in the game, 2 of 5 from three-point territory, 4 of 6 from 2. So many solid contributions from Olympiacos Piraeus and their players tonight. Both teams doing an outstanding job from the free throw line. Olympiacos Piraeus committing just 1 second half turnover. That is outstanding. While they forced AS Monaco into 5 second half turnovers. That is how we have parity at 8 turnovers apiece. AS Monaco edging the battle of the boards, but it not proving to be decisive on this occasion. So, all tickets for Belgrade have been secured. Let's take a look at the playoff tree. The only spot that remained open was to the victor of this deciding 5th game finale here at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. And after trailing by 11 at 19-30 and 30-41, it is Olympiacos Piraeus with a dominant fourth quarter display where they scored 28 and held AS Monaco to just 18, who have progressed through to Belgrade in the Final Four, securing their passage in this back and forth playoff series by a final scoreline of 3-2. The home teams maintaining their perfect record in playoff deciding games, game 5s in the EuroLeague playoffs. And so the Final Four participants will be Barcelona against Real Madrid in an El Clasico semi-final, and Anadolu Efes Istanbul against Olympiacos Piraeus on the other side of the bracket. What a long weekend of basketball we have in store at the Stark Arena in Belgrade. So only AX Armani Exchange Milan unable to defend the home court advantage they had during the best-of-5 playoffs, but their injury roster, well, it was unfortunate indeed. Injuries are part of basketball, particularly this deep into the season, but AX Armani Exchange Milan bedeviled by the injury bug and unable to defend home court. Madrid doing it with a clean sweep, Barca taking it in 5, as did Olympiacos Piraeus, and those are the 4 teams who we will see in Belgrade at the Final Four. Thanks for staying with us. Bye for now.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with